Had a good Sunday. Trained this morning and did yoga. Yoga, I'll tell you, I'm excited for yoga because I'm like, what's happening for me, it's so interesting. I'm a little hesitant to say it because I don't want to jinx myself, but this whole hip thing is like a blessing in disguise because, since I have to be more careful with my hip, it's making me open up more because in order to stay safe, I have to use less muscle. I have to use less force and I have to flow more because clenching up and using force can damage my hip. So I'm just noticing how I'm just like letting go to a greater degree, and it emanates everywhere in my life, and it's beautiful. And so with yoga, I'm noticing it because before I wasn't focused on letting go, or maybe I thought I was, but now I'm just at a different level. But I'm just noticing how tight I am. And I knew I was tight, but I'm like even tighter than I thought I was. So this whole thing is having me like, go to the next level of my personal development, and kind of reminds me in a less severe way. There's an actor who's dying of Lou Gehrig's disease. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, or maybe he already passed. But and my girlfriend watched it. I didn't watch it, but there's a Netflix like series of his last, he did a series of interviews, just describing like what he was going through and kind of his message to the world. And I watched one of the portions, and it was a message to his daughters, and he said, "This disease is making me live now." Obviously, what I'm going through is a much less severe version of what he went through, but kind of in a similar way, this thing that's happening to me is making me live more in the present, and to that extent, it's beautiful. So it's incredible how these things can bring us deeper into ourselves. Like if we meet them like where we have to meet them in order to allow that to happen to us. That's certainly not the way that I've always met these types of challenges in my life. I would say for most of my life, I met challenges by denying them, hiding from the truth of them, or as an example, with this, the hip situation. In the past, I wouldn't have wanted to do the work of changing my approach and becoming more agile and flexible. Instead, I would just want the pain to go away. So I would have gotten a cortisol shot or something, and then continued to pretend it wasn't a problem, making it a worse problem for the future. So, now I'm more mature and able to deal with things more honestly. And, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's sad to me that my body, is breaking down and that I have to alter the way I do things. But I'm also finding that I am altering that, and that there is actually beauty and discovery and newness in this thing, and it is making me a better person. So, to that extent, I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful for the ability to take it that way. I'm grateful that I'm in a place where I can allow it to change me for the better, because it's certainly not the last or the worst difficulty that I'll face in the remainder of my life. And so, if I can meet all future difficulties with, I guess, the grace and open-mindedness and flexibility, pun intended, with which I'm meeting this one, then I'll be in good shape.